All right, let's go ahead. Let's get this kicked off. So I got a few things that I got to share with you, and this is going to be a doozy for those of you that want to get consistent deals, especially if you're looking for, instead of trying to like compete with where the banks are at, that 7% kind of range. If you want to get deals in the threes, the fours, etc., then pay attention to this one. Okay, this is a special edition. I'm testing some stuff here that is working really, really well, and I think you're going to like it. So first and foremost, though, I want to welcome our daughter, my wife's daughter, Abigail Armstrong, to the family. Now we've got three beautiful little kids. So I won't go too far down that rabbit hole, but I know a lot of you guys have asked, and I really appreciate you guys asking and keeping us in your thoughts and prayers. So baby Abigail is now on the scene officially. Okay, so cool. Let's talk about this. I had the blessing of getting this 22 unit building under contract recently. And the interesting thing is that makes it such a good deal is that we're picking up the existing loan at 4.33% interest. Now, if you go to any bank right now and you try to get an investor loan, they're usually quoting in the sixes, sometimes even sevens. I just talked to an investor yesterday that he's paying close to 9% for a more high interest project that he just took on. And so it's crazy out there, right? Well, I want to give a little bit of perspective on this, okay, and then help you. It's going to lead into what you should do right now to make deals happen, make deals work. The Federal Reserve interest rate data is all available online. You can Google search it, but basically during the 70s and 80s, that was the last time we saw rates jump up this fast. We've had rates go up before, but never this fast. This is unusually fast. This is like over a 9-month window, we doubled the average mortgage payment in households across America for people buying properties. Doubled in 9 months. That's crazy, okay? And so when we're looking at this, we just have to keep this in perspective. And like, I'm a student of history. I watched my parents do some stuff in the 80s. They weren't intentional like real estate investors or anything like that, but I watched them buy their primary residence on a seller finance deal because bank rates were too high when I was born and all that kind of stuff. And then they bought a farm property. They bought this beautiful little 80-acre farm. Remember, I used to spend my summers there riding the three-wheeler out in the field and all that kind of stuff and helping dad shovel out the barn and things like that. And then they bought a lake cabin the same way, all through seller financing vehicles. And it hit me really hard. Like I've been looking around trying to figure out what we should do as a real estate investment company to make sure that we're making money and our investors are making money. Our tenants are happy. Like globally, we keep the whole machine churning despite what the Fed is doing to the market right now. They're intentionally slowing things down. They're trying to destroy the market they're doing it in the name of fighting inflation, right? And so with all that said, like we have to also look at history for this, okay? And so what I've been doing to get properties like this teed up is I'm going back to the playbook that I learned a long time ago. Okay. It's not something that I invented. Wish I could say that I'm the inventor, but I'm not. And I'm going out and I'm finding properties like this. Now, how do you find them? That's the big question, right? To put this in perspective, I'm not the only one doing this. And I want to give a couple of shout outs. I want to give a congratulatory shout out to Ryan and Austin. They just closed the deal last week. Austin was on the line telling me that it's worth over $300,000. They got it for $117,000 using an organic method, one that we teach here. Ryan Lopez, congratulations to you for putting this beautiful property under contract. I'm not the only one that's doing this. Like our clients are doing this too. Joe and Jen Del Fav, congratulations, guys. I love seeing posts like this. Like Joe's talking about the life that he gets to live now. He's got his kids. He's homeschooling them. They moved from New York down to Florida. They're living their dream life because of real estate. And I get fired up when I see this, okay? I actually get more excited about your guys' deals than I do my own deals. Of course, I get excited about my deals because they generate income and they help us impact the charities and in my family and other families. Like, of course I get excited, but I get more excited when I see some of these first timers coming through and all that kind of stuff. So as you get these wins, come back and share them here, please. It lights me up. It gets me all excited. So how do you find deals like this? Well, if you want to go out there and you want to go fishing for deals like this, you got to put the right bait on your hook first and foremost. Okay. Where I like to go fishing is social media. I fought it for years. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Not doing that. And then one day I realized I saw an article that said that Facebook has more minutes per user of, I think it was at that time, it was something like 24, maybe 25 minutes per day of 75% of American adults. This is at that time when I saw this, like 5 or 6 years ago. Since then, it's gone up a lot. And I was doing the math. I was comparing that to like CNN, Fox, NBC, ABC. None of the major networks have 75% of America for more than 20 minutes a day. None. They might, one of the, like, they might catch like 40% of the audience out there. They might catch 30% of the adults, but they don't catch 75% of the adults for at least 20 minutes every single day. And so when I saw that, I'm like, wow, that's power. And so I stopped trying to fight it and I just leaned into it. And I said, you know what, I'm going to try this thing. And I started testing things and I found some people doing stuff interesting. And then they taught me what they were doing. And then we would collaborate on stuff. And eventually it led to this. I go fishing in real estate groups or different places on Facebook and a couple other social platforms. And I just put out the right bait on my hook. What kind of bait is that? Well, you have to tell the world what you're looking for. If you want to catch a whale, you can't go fishing with the same bait and hooks that you do to catch minnows. To catch minnows, you got to put out a net and put some kind of food in the like the minnow catcher. To catch whales, a little tiny net's not going to do the job. You got to put out the right bait. That's what Frank Kern used to always tell me when I was part of his consulting program. Nate, you got to put out the right bait. You can't catch a whale on minnow bait. Well, it's the same thing here. And so I wrote a little something for you. This is usually something that is only reserved for like internal clients, but I'm going to share it with you and I want you to test it. And then I want you to come back and tell me the feedback. Okay. I need your agreement on this, that you're going to test it in your marketplace. And then you're going to come back and you're going to share the feedback with me. How's it working? What adjustments did you make? What kind of feedback are you getting? Once you do it and you test it, then come back and share it with me. Okay. So you're going to be part of the beta test for this. I already know it's working, but I want to see what it does in your market. Okay. So here it is. Now I'm not going to like read this stuff word for word. I'm just going to kind of go through it at a high level. You can always come back and pause this, like on the replay, you can come back and pause it and then, adjust it for yourself. So basically this is just a Facebook post. The top half of it is the post. The bottom half is for the comments. Okay. So what that looks like is that you would rewrite this top section right here. Okay. And make sure it is applicable to you. It's not just like, copy and paste what Nate wrote, like make it applicable to you. Okay. You wouldn't want to say I'm Kate with Home Invest or I'm Nate with Home Invest because that's not you. Just say I'm Nate, I'm a local investor. Okay. Or I'm Brian, I'm a local investor. That's how you can frame that up or whatever. If you got a company name, use your company name and then come into Facebook groups like this, do the ones that are in your backyard. So if you're like doing, real estate investing in Boston, type in real estate investing Boston, search it, come down and click on groups. So then it isolates the groups and go through and join a bunch of these. Looks like some of them, they'll let you in instantly. Other ones, they make you answer a few questions, which is fine. Answer their questions. And then once they let you in, like this one's pending still, that's fine. But once they let you in, go in there and do the post. So the first part of the post goes to the top. You, oh, that's the wrong copy and paste. I didn't actually copy and paste. That's why that didn't work. But I'm going to copy this. You're going to rewrite it in your case. So you're going to, play a replay of this, pause back and forth, pause, play, write it, make sure it looks like it should be for you. And then click post. Sometimes the administrator needs to review it. That's what it says right here. It says your post is pending. That's totally fine. Like let it pen, come back and check on it, 3-4 hours later or the next day. And then in the comments, once you're able to write in the comments, then write a version of this. Okay. And this just explains what it is. And I'll give you the kind of the nuts and bolts of it. Basically what I'm saying in that section right there is I'm saying, hey, if you're a real estate agent, realtor or broker or a wholesaler, and you got a deal and it's not selling for whatever reason, I have a way that you can get paid upfront. In addition to that, I'll make sure that your seller is well taken care of. It's a play that I borrowed from the 1980s. And that's kind of the beginning of the post. That's just enough to like give them information and get them hooked. And then down below that, that's when you want to get into the details. That's when you're going to get into the details and you're going to tell them exactly kind of what you're doing. And that's what that's why it's like a two-step post. You post the main part of it, and then down in the comments below, you post the rest of it. And then what happens is people will start messaging you. And that's what you want. You're going to the people that have the deals already, the realtors that have stale listings that they haven't sold, the wholesalers that have stuff that they haven't moved. You're not going for like the hot new thing that just hit the market. You're going for the ones that they're struggling to sell, because those are the ones where the seller might be open to what you have to propose. Okay. So go out there, get some deals, but remember our deal. The deal is I just gave you something super valuable. Like this is like beautiful copywriting, the words that move people. I gave you something, but my deal is with you is that you got to go out there and test it, and you got to come back in here and you got to leave us some comments. Okay. I want to know how it works. Tell me some feedback, share it with me. That's the deal. Okay. All right. Awesome. Thanks much, guys. I got to run. God bless. We'll talk to you later. Oh man, we're having this. I got two big events I should have announced. Number one, we have our elite event coming up. That one's already like totally full for just clients. That's really, really cool. If you are a current client and you want to come and get your decade in a day time done, make sure you reach out to us like ASAP. There's only a few spots left for current clients. Sorry, it's not open to people that aren't current clients. That event is awesome. Daryl Corey confirmed. Jen and Joe DeFalvo are coming. Paul and Sherry Schaff are coming. They're going to be talking about, Daryl's talking about biblical profits, why it's okay for us to make money, and why basically all of the wealthy people, Sarah and Abraham, anyways, it's unbelievable, his talk. He's going to talk about biblical wealth. Okay. Paul and Sherry Schaff, they're coming to talk about their trust strategy, how they're using trust to buy all of these properties. And then we've got Joe and Jen. They're coming to talk about how they're buying properties without spending more than $100 per property, and how they're reselling them as rent to owns and making cash flow. Unbelievable. It's going to be awesome. And then I got one more surprise when I'm actually having lunch with them today, depending on when you're catching this. But I'm having lunch, and anyways, it should be really, really good if I can get him to come. I can't say his name yet because I have to have this conversation with him. Anyhow, hope you're well. Looking forward to seeing you sometime soon. But come back and share the feedback. Okay. Oh, and then there's, my wife's got the nonprofit, Fishers of Men Day, where we're taking fatherless kids fishing. That's coming up, first Saturday of June. If you are around or you can help out with that, it's going to be down in Fort Myers, Florida. Then please reach out to our team, reach out to us here. And we're looking for boats. We're looking for captains. That's the primary thing that we need right now. More boats, more captains. Or if you happen to have some kids, some boys that, need a little guidance in life and they could use a good experience with some good godly role models, then let us know too. Okay. Thanks much. God bless.